Hi everyone and welcome back to Eleanor's Restoration. And you're probably thinking, what is he doing? Sometimes I wonder that myself. No, the plan after I done the valance and the rear end, I wanted to keep with the rear end and keep moving forward, and I've said before I've got two rear quarter panels to go on, and in my head initially I thought, yeah, that'll be good, build it from the back and just move forward. So the plan has changed slightly because I was going to do the rear quarter panels, and then I was going to look at the floor and just build in it so it's really solid. But a few years ago when I first started stripping Eleanor, I took the right hand side companion bin off, and it's not a job I enjoyed. I absolutely hated it and I made such a mess taking it apart. So the companion bin, it attaches to so many different panels that like to rust, and it's structural. You know, it's really important to the car because it holds a lot of rigidity in all the panels. And the plan was always to put two new companion bins in, so putting them in, the access is an absolute nightmare. To put these new quarter panels on and then to fit a new companion bin by welding through the top is just near enough impossible. You just can't get in, and you can't see, and yeah, it's not something I was really wanting to do, which leads me on to why I've done this. So this here that I've cut a hole in, you see me cutting a hole in, is purely so I could access the companion bin, or the new companion bin. And I'll bring you in with the camera and let you have a closer look at what I've found once I've cleaned it up just now. So the flange has been cleaned up. You can see some spot welds, a couple, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. Probably about 10 in there, and some under the hidden edge there. So the main reason I took this off was to see if the new arms here on the spot welder would fit in. Now they do lengthwise, but when they close, you can see the diameter here. This is just too wide, so that's not an option for me. So this has answered my question. I need to plug weld, and I'm not plug welding from the top. What you've also seen is me cleaning up the doorstep, A post and the B post, or pillar, whatever you want to call them. And the reason I've done this is because I wanted to see how good the metal was all the way up here and all the way up here. I wasn't caring about this because it's getting a new step anyway. The purpose of this was to find out which part I order, if I need to go really far up or if I can cut it to here, and how far up I go here. So that purpose for this was to determine which part I'm ordering. I need to do a parts order, that's the next mission, and by me doing this and that, I now know what I need to get me progressing. So I thought by me doing that and show you that, it would show you my thinking of how I'm progressing with the restoration. Not straightforward, and you have a plan and it sometimes alters, and I'm sure it'll alter again. So this is the route I'm going down. So it was time to order some parts. 2 big boxes, and these were the expensive ones. The ones I've been putting off, but I'm at that stage, so I need them. So the one you can see in front of you, can you guess what that is? I'm sure most of you have. Let's have a look. Yep, it is the full floor with the heel board, cross member and in and outer cells attached. I'll take the camera around just to show you all that's on it and why I went for this as opposed to the bearer one. So yep, there are 2 full floors you can get, one without the cross member and the heel board, and one with. This is obviously a bit more expensive because it's all come in pre-spot welded, and to be honest, the time I added up all the extra things you get with it, there wasn't, I think it's about £80 or £90 difference, and that's obviously me not needing to do any of the work. So I know this is square, and it's just a case of it's going to be hard to get in when it comes, but it's going to be so much easier because of everything that's pre-done. So this one that I've got, can have a look at the number. Heritage, as is my theme, comes with the cross member already spot welded in, the heel board already spot welded in, the bracket, I believe you get that with both floors, obviously the handbrake brackets there, also the anchorage plate for the seat belt, the jacking point at the end here, and all the brackets you need. So that weighed it for me. Having a look over it, there are a few things I'm not particularly happy with. You can see obviously where this has been welded in here or packaging, there's a good bend there. It will straighten out, and it will need fettled into place, but yeah, you expect when you pay these prices with Heritage not to get things like that. So that was the floor. That was not the only panel I ordered. I'll show you what else I've got. I have companion bins times 2. Door steps plus the A-post times 2, one for each side. And some brackets, closing brackets and support brackets for both sides. So I have the parts, I just now need the time. I've struggled the last few weeks, I've had quite a lot on, and generally between now and the build up to Christmas I am quite busy. Kids' birthdays, time of year, just yeah, it gets a bit hectic, so I will keep the videos coming as soon as I can, probably not as frequent as maybe you're used to, so bear with me on that one. The bit I'm at just now, it's quite awkward because I'm trying to figure out which step to do next. And what I thought I would do is I'll just go through some of the things that's going through my head in relation to where I'm at with Eleanor, because hopefully it'll one, give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking, how to build the next part up, or two, for those of you that have been here, done that, you can maybe say, oh no, be careful of that, be careful of this, because at the end of the day it's all about learning and sharing. So I'm going to grab the other camera and I'm going to go around the little bits what I'm thinking next and a plan, but also I'm going to share my concerns and what I think may cause me problems. At the start of the video you've seen me cutting out the rear quarter panel over there, and that, as I mentioned already, was what I was planning to do next, both quarter panels. That led me on to access problems, as you've seen with the companion bins. So then I thought I'll order some panels and I'll move on. This step here on the driver side, or the right hand side if you're in a left hand drive Mini, this was done very early on, and I was always going to come back and revisit sort of this area here. This was done just to try and keep the structure, so now I've decided to replace this. And what I thought, because I'm replacing the full floor as you've seen, is I wanted to repair all the bits round the floor that I could while this floor's holding the strength and stability. So I thought the ideal place to start would be door steps. So you've seen what I need to replace here. This is fine, it would line up all fine here. The problem I get when I get to this side, it comes up to around here, that panel. So if I took all this off, it then affects the integrity here. Now this here is lined up so the doors are spot on with the shell. Now normally if I had an inner arch here, that would come to the same part, but I don't. You've seen it's all away. So as soon as I remove that A-post there, it takes away the dating point for the door. Now yes, I could fiddle around later on with the new one and get it all lined up, but I would rather do it if I could while it's in the same place. So that is a concern there, how to do that without keeping this here, unless I made some sort of plate to hold this in place, which again I'll think about. The other side will be a bit easier because the inner arch is still holding the holes in place, so that could be the starting point for me. The floor itself, my early videos I was looking at doing half a side at a time. I then broke my MIG welder, which is why this was never finished, and I wasn't happy with just the ridge, and you know, I wanted it to be done to a good standard, and that's why I changed my mind and went with the full floor. So this will be kept once it's off, and it can be used for parts down the line for other cars or spares. But the shell, the structure of the shell was a concern, because when you take away this whole bottom part down here, you're taking away a massive bit of structure, obviously, and when it's held on the jig the way it is, you know, I don't want it twisting and I don't want it warping. Now I have got quite a bit of a box section for bracing, as you've seen before. I'm a bit concerned there's not enough box section on the lower half here, so I might need to look at putting some more box section here. So that's some of my thoughts. It's going to take a wee bit of thinking, a wee bit of planning and a wee bit of preparation just to be able to then cut the floor out, knowing that the new floor is going to go at the exact same place that that one left. And I'll take my time with it because I don't want to rush it. I don't want to have problems that the new floor doesn't fit because the shell's all twisted. And again, it's weighing up how to do it. So that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. I just thought I would do a bit of thought process where I'm going down next. The stages, I'll try and keep the videos one part at a time so it's not going on and on over different areas. And like I said, I'll bring them to you as soon as I can, given everything that's going on just now. So I'll leave that one there. I'll say thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!